Hey guys, another Q&A, and I thought I could pop this in too. I had a question from a comment of a video, how to deal with unwanted hauntings, one of my videos. You should go check that out if you're having little issues or just curious of what my personal opinions are. He says, Wiccagem, I have a question for you, if you can help me. Lilith has called me, so every now and then I pray to her and she helps me out, a lot. But I want to know if you have any idea why would she call me. I am a male, and if I'm not mistaken, doesn't Lilith only work with females? Thank you and bright blessings, and if you want to get a hold of me, you can help me out. My email is yadayada.com. So, I mean, that's not really his email address, but I don't know much about Lilith. So after this video and after it's premiered, I'm going to do some research on Lilith for my personal curiosity. But that is a really good question. What happens if a female-only goddess only wants to work with only females or known to work with only females? Why is she calling on to you? And you're a male. That really makes sense for me as a male. I mean, ultimately, I am a male at heart, body, soul, everything. Hecate is really known for working with females a lot. I think it's because historically she only works with witchcraft, and witchcraft is tied to females only. I'm talking about like back then. And nowadays she works with, fewer males. But if you ever notice, she does, when she works with males, she works with gay males, which is kind of funny because I'm one, and I know a couple other people who actually work with her. I haven't really full-on come across a person who is just fully male only, straight, that works with just Hecate. I haven't come across. So if you're out there, say, hey, I'm out here. But yeah, that's a really good question. I think from my personal perspective in here, I think that maybe she's coming into your life because you were lacking in somewhere, or you were imbalanced somewhere, and that you needed that female touch. And maybe you need it so badly that you literally had super subconsciously called out for a goddess, or female only that wants to pop into your life. Maybe that's the only thing I think of. Like you said that you prayed with her and you're working with her right now, and is the relationship so far good? Is everything fine? Do you feel secure? Do you feel warm? Do you feel connected? Do you feel happy? Do you feel content? Do you feel everything's fine? Nothing too extremely crazy. When I first get into a goddess, like, I dig and research before I pick up that phone, before I answer her text back. I dig for information of who's who. Who does she work with? Does she interact with certain characters I'm working with? Certain pantheons, gods, goddesses, certain creatures, certain people, just in general. I wouldn't want, for me personally, I know me working with Poseidon and Medusa is very, very, very fiery lines there, but I do not mix them. I know that I probably will not be able to work with Athena if I wanted to, because I'm so heavily deep in Medusa. To answer that question with Poseidon and Medusa, and why would you do that? Poseidon's more my male aspect. I'm touched with a lot of aquatic things. I'm really connected to water. Even though I'm a Gemini, I'm air. My sun sign's air. I feel more connected to water, beaches, stuff like that. So he falls into that slot. Medusa is more of my psychic self. I work with her because she's very psychic-like. Who, surprisingly enough, hates males. She dislikes males because, if you read the mythology, she turns males into stones because of her being raped by Poseidon. Every person, Athena cursed her, and every guy that lays her eyes on her instantly turns to stone. And it doesn't affect women. That was partially of the history that doesn't really talk much. It doesn't really affect women, I think. So, for me, I was really intrigued with this question. Why am I working with Medusa if she only works with females only? I mean, if you think about it, if you put in modern terms and mythology with that. Clearly, you'd be safe working as a female with her, but otherwise, I work with her with psychic. So I say if it's not hurting you, your feelings are not hurt, no one's feelings are hurt, you don't feel like a wrath of hell is upon you, you don't have hellhounds behind you, and you have no problem with anything, then I feel that you are okay. And communicate to her. In fact, have a good meditation and have a full-on conversation. Instead of working with her or asking for her for gifts, work with her and talk to her. Like, literally sit there and talk and say, hey, what's up? Why did you call me? Give me information. If you can't have communication to, like, there's no string between both of your guys' Dixie cups, I think the best thing is probably using your tarot or using some divination device. Use some oracle or use something in a device to get some bit of communication, some words down. I think that's because that's what I do sometimes. If I can't have this full-on communication, I'll use a divinational tool to communicate to one another. I don't know. Food for thoughts. So hopefully this answered your questions. Till then, guys, thank you for liking, subscribing. I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers. Once that happens, something's big is going to happen. So till then, guys, I'll see you.